Welcome to Homemaker Tea Time. I have some Persian black tea from my friend Jenna at the Teacup Homestead. You'll find her on Instagram. I'm not sure if she's selling that as of right now. She just had a baby, but whenever she does, make sure you grab some. So yesterday I sent out the invite and asked you for any topics that you wanted to talk about in the Homemaker Tea Time. The Carpeted Stoop, she wants to know if I have a food prep schedule and what items are they. I do not have a food prep schedule. Doing a menu or any kind of schedule kind of stresses me out. So what I do instead is I'll ask everyone in the family if there's, over the weekend, I'll ask them, is there a meal that they would like to have in the coming week? And I think about what I would like to eat myself, and that's kind of how I go about what meat I'm going to thaw in the bottom of the fridge, because we usually get a half of a cow every year. It's got roast and steak and hamburger meat, and so I just pull out whatever we're in the mood for the following week. We buy bulk at Costco and through Azure Standard, and we usually get a couple of the 2-pack whole chickens from Costco. This past week, what I did for food prep, we baked both of the chickens because I wanted a lot of extra meat cooked up. And we had a couple meals off of it, and we only used part of one chicken. So what I did is get all of the meat off the bone. I made stock with the carcasses, and then I did the rest of the meat in the vacuum sealer and put that away in the freezer. That was very helpful for yesterday's dinner because we had chicken noodle soup with some of the chicken and the bone broth. So I just kind of try to make several things that will do us a few days. Whenever I cook, we order a lot of oatmeal, and our grains we store in 5-gallon buckets. We also have plenty of canned vegetables and frozen vegetables. I just keep a lot of things on hand and pull it out for meals as I'm cooking or think about what we want to eat. Okay, Leroy Ball on YouTube wants to know about the cottage renovations. Over the weekend we bought flooring for the dining room and fireside room. So hopefully at the end of the week we'll have a budget-friendly renovated dining room to show you. We kind of just go real slow as we can because Sean works full-time and we do it as finances will allow. If you have any topics or questions you want me to cover next week, just leave them below in the comments or on Instagram. I thought I would go over some encouragement for homemakers today, because I know we can all get in a slump and feel bad about our homes or about ourselves, the job we're doing. Just know that no homemaker is perfect. We all have struggles, and the struggle is just a way for us to draw closer to God. Go to Him in prayer when you have a struggle. Seek His help for anything you may be struggling with. I always struggled with laundry. The laundry room always looked overflowing. I tried doing the once pick a day and let that be my laundry day, but that didn't work for me. So what I do that works for me is I try to do a couple of loads of laundry every day except for Sunday. And that works really well for us, a lot better than sticking to one day. And since my oldest son is at home more now, he will go in and throw a load in to help me out. If you're struggling in an area, maybe one of your kids or your husband can help you out if you feel like you've fallen too far behind. My greatest inspirations, or someone I look up to for homemaking, is Ma Ingalls from the Little House series. I have been reading these. I have gleaned a lot from her. She is a wonderful, godly example of what a homemaker should be. She did have a weekly schedule, a daily schedule. She did certain things on certain days. Something I read last week, and after they had moved to the prairie, that really convicted me. They were living out in the prairie, sleeping in their wagon, in their covered wagon, and when Paul went out hunting or to explore, they would tidy up the campsite, make up their beds in the wagon. The girls would go pick flowers and then they would display them in the campsite. Ma heated the iron and she ironed their dresses. A lot of times I don't want to iron, so I just throw them in the dryer. But that she would take the time to iron their clothes and make sure that her family looks nice and presentable, even though no one was around for miles and miles. That was just really convicting for me. And she did all of these homemaking chores without a roof over her head. And there are examples of Ma Ingalls' gratitude and her contented spirit that just shows throughout all of these books. I pray that I'll be more like her this coming year. Whatever your home may look like or your circumstances, I pray that you were encouraged today. I want to thank you for joining me during tea time today. I'm going to try to be doing this every Tuesday, so just let me know any topics or any questions you have. I will try to cover them, and maybe next week we can do a live video. Well, my husband is my tech guy, so he's home in the morning, so maybe I can get out a live video tea time next week. But thank you for joining me. Say hi below and let me know that you're here, and I'll talk to you soon.